How's it going, guys? It's your boy Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So let's talk Palantir, break down the charts, how the stock did today, and what I'm looking to do right now. As you guys know, I've said this a lot. I'm eyeing up a trade. I'm looking to buy probably options here, call options, but I'm not opposed to adding shares as well. So let's dive into what I'm doing. Again, my thoughts, the charts, and we'll break down some other stocks if we have time later in the video. But first, guys, come on, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, join my Patreon for my portfolio updates, my trades, investments, and if you want to be a part of my private Discord, all that's on Patreon, link down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stasurfest.com/Patreon. And now, cheers, guys. Let's dive into it. So, as you all know by now, the entire market had a great day today. The Qs, the NASDAQ, which the Qs are the NASDAQ, the S&P, the Dow, the Russell, you name it. In fact, the Dow today hit all-time highs. Same with the Russell, and the Qs are pretty much right there. We're about, $4 away as of today's close from all-time highs. And SPY, SPY is about $7 away, pretty much right there. So we're on fire in the market. That dip that we got clearly has been bought up, and Palantir isn't quite yet following the move here, or following what the market is doing. Even though it had a nice 5% green day today, Palantir is still not really breaking out like a lot of these other AI stocks, like the overall market is, and I don't think that's going to last for long. In fact, I think we will be getting a breakout sooner rather than later here, and the fact that we're starting to notice support at about 125, 130, 135, buyers are coming in. That's a very good sign, and you guys can see we're starting to break through the 50 SMA on the 4-hour, not quite yet above the 180 SMA. We're almost there, which is at about 137 here on this 4-hour time frame. Honestly, man, I think once we start pushing over 138 to 140, this stock's going to go berserk, right? And that is why I'm looking to get in. And arguably, in my head here, I'm arguing with myself, should I buy calls before the breakout? Should I buy some shares now? Part of me wants to get in, position myself here before the breakout. That's how confident I am that it's going to happen. But then the other side of me is like, Stas, wait for the breakout. Don't rush it, wait to buy in, let's say at 140, 142, once it confirms the breakout, even if that means you leave some money on the table. So I'm kind of going back and forth with that, as the stock's right at about 135 a share right now, and I'm actually going to set my alert at $140. Let's do that now. Mark is at or above. So my opinion, man, look, once we start taking out the 180 SMA, 140, which actually was $140. That was resistance all throughout May, other than the one-off rip to 165. Other than that, we were struggling to break 140. And I think, look, man, the ultimate breakout is coming here on the stock. And I think once we take 140 out, we could start to make a move back towards the mid-high 150s, dare I say low 160s, dare I say above this high from just about 2 weeks ago at 163. I honestly think we could start breaking out through that point. So for that reason, I'm eyeing up call options, right? Mostly, look, I'm not opposed to adding shares. I might, right? Because I already own a lot of shares in my one account. So I'm not opposed to adding more for a trade, but I'm really leaning towards call options right now, which I think in one of my videos last week, we broke down the options chain, and that way, I don't have to put a ton of money up front or a ton of money into the trade to make a decent amount of money, right? With options, you're essentially, in layman's terms, it's a leveraged way to buy a stock. You're not doing anything crazy like a 3x leverage ETF. It's not like that, but it's a way that you can put a smaller dollar amount into a trade and get a bigger outcome or a bigger return, as opposed to, buying even more or buying a ton of shares, right? in layman's terms. We're not going to get too deep into that. But look, Palantir at this point, I think is going to be a mid-$100 stock very soon. Now, am I saying it's going to go to $200 next month, next week? No. Slow your horses, man. Slow your rolls. Or slow your roll. I don't think it's going to go too crazy. But I do think conservatively 145, 150, 160 is in the cards very soon here, right? Within the next couple of weeks. So I'm eyeing up calls like we covered in that previous video, at least 3 to 6 months out to give myself time, because not only do you have to nail the direction when you're buying calls, but you also have to nail the time horizon, not to a T. It doesn't have to be perfect. Well, I guess the shorter between you and the expiration date, the shorter amount of time, the more perfect you have to be with the timing. But, you know, it's good to have a little more time on your side so it doesn't have to be as perfect, the timing. But it still has to be pretty on. So I think Palantir, look, again, mid-hundreds, no problem. I'm eyeing up calls 3 to 6 months out, maybe more towards that 6-month mark. Even though it's going to cost me some more money, right? More premium, it's worth it to have more time on your side for the trade to work out in your favor. That's the way I'm thinking about it. And I'm eyeing up either the 145 calls, 150 calls, or even 140 if I want to get super close to the money. I mean, those would be more in terms of premium. You'd have to pay up the closer in the money and the further out expiration. They're more expensive, but it's worth it if you want to, you know, make a more conservative trade, quote unquote, even though, you know, trading options is the furthest thing from conservative. I mean, it's the opposite scale of conservative, but in the world of options, man, you know, the closer in the money, it's more conservative, and the more time you have on your side, the higher the chance the trade is going to work out. So, yeah, I'm eyeing up 140, 145 calls. If I'm daring and I want to do a further out expiration, I might go even higher, 150, 160 calls, and we'll let it ride. That's the way I'm looking to play it. And what do you guys think? I'm curious kind of where your head's at. Let me know in the comments. But the fact that we're noticing support exactly where we want to see it, that's a good sign. But it's still, you know, making lower highs. Keep in mind, we still have an overarching or overall, whatever you want to call it, descending triangle, which is bearish in the grand scheme of things. I'm still thinking we're going to break out, even though we're making lower highs. It's because we're seeing support at 130 to 135. We arguably have a bullish divergence here on the RSI. I think we're seeing more upside, man. I just don't think it's going to see much more downside here. I could be wrong. Maybe Palantir goes to 100, 110, but I'd be shocked, to be honest. And I think money's going to rotate back into this. Do you guys remember when we saw a lot of these software stocks rip a couple weeks ago? A lot of them are still moving. Palantir was one of them, and it gave back all the gains like that. I think we have another move in Palantir. It's coming. It's coming. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And let's see, what other stocks should we cover? I'm also eyeing up CrowdStrike here, which we've covered before. You know, CrowdStrike saw a great earnings report, saw a big move into it. Now it's sold off a bit from 808, 809 down to about 617. Now we're kind of pushing back towards 700. I think CrowdStrike could be making a move back over 700, especially heading into that 4-for-1 stock split, which is coming up here in 2-3 weeks. So I'm excited about CrowdStrike in the short term, and of course, long term. Alphabet is another one, which I know it's Google, it's boring, but Alphabet, even though they announced that share offering, they're looking to raise money to fund the AI build out, that shook out some weak hands. Even though we got that, the chart looks great, man. The stock still is holding an uptrend. We hit 405 a couple weeks ago. Now we're down to what? 366. We actually pulled down all the way to 345. We bounced. We saw buyers come in at that old resistance as support. What more could you ask for, right? Alphabet looks like it's gearing up for a move back towards 380, 390, dare I say 400. So a lot of these stocks, man, a lot of the stocks we covered today, my previous videos as well, are looking very strong. And, it makes sense considering the news we got yesterday. Even though the deal's not 100% sure, done, it's not signed, anything could happen throughout the week. The market still loves it, and I think this trend continues at least into tomorrow and Wednesday, and we'll reevaluate from there. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and join my Patreon if you guys want to keep up with my weekly portfolio updates, my trades, investments. If you guys want to be a part of my private Discord, all of it's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. And cheers to everybody that's been joining. I appreciate you guys. As always, we've had an insane influx of members, and I really hope you guys find a bunch of value on Patreon. I'll see you guys in there or in the next video. And with that being said, cheers.